Evaluating algebraic expressions, this is a review of part 3. In today's lesson, students will evaluate algebraic expressions using substitution. Using what? Very good. Welcome back. To review, we need to know, what does it mean to use substitution? Okay, say, substitution. Putting a number in the place of a letter. Okay, again, substitution. Putting a number in the place of a letter. Okay, so there's another phrase that I use to talk about substitution, and that is plug it in. What is it? Plug it in. So again, that is putting any integer or number in the place of a letter. And we're talking about the letter X. The letter what? The letter X. And remember, X is also called a letter. And it is also called a what? It's called the, starts with a V, variable. It's called the what? Variable. Okay, variable means that the number can change. It could be any number I could put in the place of X. So, another thing we want to remember is that when you have a number and a letter touching, that means they are multiplied. They're what? Multiplied. So if I have 3x, 3 is touching x, right? They are one. They are married. Yeah? They're husband and wife. And they are being multiplied together. Okay? So what you can do to show multiplication is use parentheses. What are these called? Parentheses. Parentheses tell you to multiply. They tell you to do what? Multiply. So you could put parentheses if you want around the x to help you remember that you're multiplying. And you could put parentheses around the x to help you remember you are multiplying. Okay. When multiplying or dividing integers, remember who? Remember Bob. And we have a very special guest today. This is Bob's cousin. Say hi, Bob's cousin. And he's here to remind us that a negative times a negative equals what? It equals positive. Okay, so there's another face to help you remember how to multiply or divide integers. So remember, negative times negative is positive. Show me with your fingers so you remember. Okay, we're talking about multiplication. We're talking about what? Multiplication. A negative times a negative makes positive, right? Just like they touch, yeah, when they're married, they're touching, right? Anything that touches is multiplication. So you have two negatives, you put them together, they're touching, they make a positive. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to plug in these values for x. And the first expression, read it with me, is 3x minus 9. Read it again. 3x minus 9, or 3 times x, take away 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So you have 3. What are we going to put in the place of x? What number goes in the parentheses here? It's at -2, right? -2. Then we're going to subtract 9. Now subtracting 9 is the same as -9, okay? And subtraction and negative, that's the same thing. So first we're going to do the multiplication. What is a positive times a negative? Remember, a positive times a negative is negative. So underneath we're going to put -6 and then -9. Okay, so let's remember now. We have two negatives. Are they the same sign? Yeah, they're both negatives. So we say same signs, add and keep. So we have to add 6 plus 9. So I'll do it right here. We're going to add 6 plus 9. But we're going to keep the negative because we're working with negative integers. So -6 and -9 are going to make what? What's 6 plus 9? It is 15. Okay, it's -15. Okay. Bring this a little closer so you can see. Okay, next, we're going to go ahead and take the same expression and we are going to plug in 3. So we're going to say, all right, We have a 3 on the outside, and inside the parentheses, we are multiplying this by what? We're going to multiply it by 3, and then we're going to subtract 9. Okay? Okay, so we have 3 times 3. Positive times positive is going to give you a positive, right? So you have a 9, take away 9. Okay. What is 9 take away 9? Any number? Take away the same number is 0. It's what? 0. All right. And last, we're going to go ahead and plug in -4. Okay. So our expression is 3x minus 9. So we're going to say 3. What number goes in parentheses? What number goes here? Negative what? -4. Then we're going to subtract 9 from that. Okay. So we have a positive times a negative. Look at Bob's cousin. Look up here. Positive times negative is negative. So 3 times 4 then, or 3 times -4 is what? What's this? 3 times -4 is -12. Then you're going to subtract 9. Okay. Again, we have 2 negatives, right? They're the same sign. So whenever you see same signs, what do? You sing to yourself. You say, same signs, add and keep. Stop. Again, same signs, add and keep. So you're really adding 12 plus 9, but you're going to keep the negative. Okay, so 12 plus 9, you say 9 plus 2 is 11. Carry the 1, that's 21. So we have -21. Circle your answer. Go ahead and get that down. Now we're going to work with the expression -2 times x plus 5. Okay, so -2 times x plus 5. We're going to go ahead. I'll make this really simple for you. Why don't you do this? Okay, we're going to set all of these up like this. We're going to say -2 in parentheses x plus 5. So what you can do to make this a little quicker for yourself is they're all going to be the same expression. Where you're going to have a -2, you're going to plug in a number or substitute a number. You're going to put the number in place of that letter. And then you're going to add 5 to it. The only thing that varies is which number, and that's why we call x a variable. Okay? So let's do that. Okay? They're all going to be the same. The only thing that is a variable is the number. So that's why you call x a variable. It's the only thing that changes in all 3 of those expressions. The expression is the same. Okay, so in this one, we're going to plug in what? We're going to plug in a -2, and I'll put these in blue, okay? You're going to plug in a -2. So let's just do one at a time now. Here we go. We have -2 times -2. Remember Bob's cousin, he says a negative times a negative is positive. So we come up with +4. I'll just write it as 4 plus 5. So we have a positive and a positive. Again, same signs, right? Add and keep. What is 4 plus 5? 4 plus 5 is +9. Very good. In this expression, we're going to go ahead and plug in or substitute a positive. What is this? It's a +3. Okay, so I'll just write it as 3. We have a -2 times +3. Whenever you have different signs that you're multiplying, or in this case, when you have a negative times a positive, the answer is negative. Okay, so we are going to have a -2 times 3 is what? It's negative, make it red, negative what? -6 plus 5. Okay, now, again, now you're working with the addition of integers, and so you can sing the integer song, but before you do, you ask yourself, -6 and +5, are they the same signs or different signs? What do you think? They are different signs. So different signs, what do you do with different signs? Different signs subtract. So you subtract 6, take away 5, but you keep the sign of the higher number. What's the higher number, 6 or 5? It's 6, right? So your answer will be negative. And what is 6 take away 5? It's 1. So the answer is -1 here. -1. Okay. Last example. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in a -4. So we're going to put a -4 in this parenthesis. All right. And we have negative times negative. Okay, a -2 and a -4. Multiply those together. Negative times negative makes positive. So you have a +8, and then you're going to go ahead and add a 5, which is also positive. So what is 8 plus 5? 8 plus 5. We say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 if you're using your touch points. So the answer is positive 13. Okay, go ahead and get that down.